Hope that this video finds everybody well and prosperous, as healthy on a Monday morning. The second day of the week, by the way. Monday, the second day of the week. I hope this video finds you all well and doing well and all of that good stuff. The weather is 83 degrees in South Florida at 8:30 a.m. 83 degrees at 8:30. That's amazing how hot it is at 8:30 in the morning in South Florida. It's humid, so it kind of tears it down a little bit, but that's how it is. I titled this video Prophecy Confirmed by Current Events. Last night we did a subject and it was titled Prophecy Confirmed by World History. Shout out to all of you all in the chat room coming in. Queen Yasun. Those are the names I saw pop up. Prophecy confirmed by world history was last night. We broke it down. We showed you where you can go in the encyclopedia, read Daniel the 8th chapter, and confirm the order in which those nations came. That it was not a long lesson, but it was a lesson that was very thorough. But basically, what I just said is what the lesson was. You can look at Daniel the 8th chapter and look at the order in which those countries came and go into the encyclopedia and confirm it. But today, I want to bring up something different. I want to bring up prophecy confirmed by current events. Let's talk about it. When I consider current, I say anything within the past 20 years is current. Okay? So let's first of all talk about how he said that the last days would be likened to Sodom and Gomorrah. If you would have asked me when I was a teenager coming up, if you would have asked me that this world will pass a law that two people of the same sex can get married, I would have told you not in my lifetime. However, that's prophecy. Prophecy is just confirmation of prophecy. It's not nothing to get upset about. It's not like whether or not you like it, dislike it, agree, disagree. It's just prophecy being confirmed by current events. And those things happen. So they're inevitable. Once the prophecy says it, it's inevitable. You can fight against it. You can squabble against it. You can do whatever you want to against it. In America, you have freedom to do whatever you want to, just about. However, you're not going to stop world prophecy. So world prophecy said that this time will be like unto Sodom and Gomorrah. And that's why we have the laws that have been passed and that will continue to evolve and be passed. Because the world must, in these days, it must be like unto Sodom and Gomorrah. That's just the way it is. So, I put that out there because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It is happening right now. It's happening. It's unfolding right before your very eyes. School systems are being changed. Workplaces are being changed. Clothing lines, commercials have all changed to accommodate prophecy that these things were going to unfold. It's going to be a time of immorality that like unto Sodom and Gomorrah. So it's unfolding. You can look on billboards and see that prophecy is being confirmed by current events. So, some people So we got to fight against this. You cannot fight against prophecy. It's inevitable. You could help people. You can help people resolve their issues and the confusions that they may be going through. I venture to say that a lot of people who have a lifestyle like that have become and were victims. Whether they were molested or whatever the case is, studies show that. Studies show that. So it is what it is. However, whatever you think or feel, you could help people spiritually with it, and you could teach it. However, brothers and sisters, it is inevitable. That's just the way it is. You know, you go to the malls, you go to different places, and it's not uncommon, especially here in South Florida, especially in Atlanta. You know, you got people that they're very open in their lifestyle, and they have no problem. It's not uncommon for two people of the same sex to tell you that they are married. And it's just the way it is. Our children have been exposed to something that if you would have asked me when I was a child, I would have told you it would have never happened in my lifetime, based upon the society and the way they handled things then. It's just not was something that people just outright brought up and did, because it was something that was very biblically, openly biblically taught against in the mainstream Christianity. Today, mainstream Christianity says it's okay. So, and that's Bible prophecy, confirmed by current events. Another thing that I want to bring up is what's happening in Israel. I've just read an article where John Hagee said that, hey, we have to support Israel no matter how we feel about the issue politically, because Jerusalem must be acquired by Israel, so it's the holy city and they have to take it. We don't have to like how politically they're doing it, basically is what he's saying. He says we don't have to like it, like the politics behind it or how they're going about it, but we got to support it. Now let me tell you what's going on with that. The third temple, brothers and sisters, is going to be built in Jerusalem. And it's going to be built by these individuals that are occupying Israel. It's just the way it is. The scripture says in the book of John, when John was told to measure the temple, he says, on the courts outside, don't measure them, because it is for the Gentiles, so that they could build the temple, basically what they said. And that's where the abomination of the desolation is going to take place for 3.5 years. It's all in the scriptures. So when you see what's going on right now, it is necessary for it to happen, regardless of how we politically feel about it. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Palestine will give up Jerusalem. That's just the way it's going to be. And it doesn't matter how politically you feel about it, it's going to happen. It's Bible prophecy. It's just that simple. So what do we do? What do we do? It's time to stop. I watch, there's something called Clubhouse. And I go to Clubhouse. I was invited there, so now I got to have a membership there, and I go there, and it's where people have these conversations online. It's not a place for everybody, because a lot of people are talking over people, If you don't agree with somebody, they will kick you out of the room. It's good if you can get around a group of individuals that can have a conversation, and that you can read the scriptures and you can really reason together. And there are opportunities for that on Clubhouse. But some of the rooms I've been in, I've seen, not all of them, but some of them, they can get very rough. Why do I say all of that? I say that to say this. Bible prophecy is unfolding by current events so rapidly, brothers and sisters, so rapidly, that it's time to really get into the Word. You could use the scriptures that is set on the table before us today. And somebody said, well, what scripture is that? I teach and read and study out of the King James Version Bible. Now, there's a lot of reasons why people don't like the King James Version Bible, even among Hebrews. And one of it is they don't accept the fact that the Messiah is of a virgin birth. Although it says it, they don't agree with it. Although Luke tells you, they don't agree with it. They just feel like that the Most High is not going to go against nature. However, as I tell them, he went against nature when he opened up the Red Sea. Man was created from the dust of the earth. A prophet calls the sun to go back through his prayer. So all of that to say, he can do anything he wants to whenever he wants to, because he's the Most High God. He's the creator of heaven and earth. He can do whatever he wants to. And it's not going to defy anything. The fact that he healed many people defied gravity. Okay? So when people get bent out of shape about stuff like that and they want to jump to another book, then you got people want to jump over to, I want to go to, these are missing books. They're not missing books. If you got it, it's not nothing missing. You got it. It's in your hand. So how is it missing? So a lot of people just want to jump to other books, and we got to go over to the Maccabees, and a lot of conspiracy. They took it out because they wanted to hide the truth from us. If you ever read the book of Maccabees, it's a book of history. It's not a book dealing with anything else, but during the Maccabean era. So where people get that out, but when you read this here scripture, when you read the prophets in the translation we have, and it's the best that we got, let me tell you something, they right on point. Those prophets are right on point, brothers and sisters. That's why we did that segment last night. Prophecy confirmed by world history. That's why we took Daniel's vision. And when Daniel was told what countries were going to come in successive order, we confirmed it by world history. And when you continue to read the prophecy, you can confirm prophecy by current events. Just open up the news, and if you understand what has to happen and where that temple is going to be built and who it's going to be built by, you will understand. It's when some people, every time they see a forest fire, an earthquake, oh, it's going down, it's a plague. Now you need to be looking at what's going on over there and saying, now you need to be saying it's going down. See, now it's going down because the wheels are rolling, the train is moving. Jerusalem is going to be put back into the hands. When I say put back, it's going to be given into the hands, according to the scriptures, of those that will need to build that third temple. And when that third temple is built, brothers and sisters, you talking about 400 years and it's time to go? No. That y'all remember that back in 2019, it's 2021. And I try not to rub that in people's faces. I try not to, but when it comes to making a point that we need to look at what Jesus said, that we need to look at the abomination of the desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet, I got to bring up that 400 years. I have to bring it up. That everybody thought in 2019, and I'm a false prophet because I told you you're not going nowhere, and it's Bible. It don't fit the scriptures. It just don't fit the scriptures at all. So people were upset with me. And then they said, oh, it's going to be in 2020. 2020 rolled around, it still ain't happened. 2021 is here, it still is not going to happen. But you better get ready when Jerusalem gets into the hands, according to the prophecy of those that need to build that third temple. And when that third temple is built, brothers and sisters, you better know what to do. You better know exactly what to do. And you know what's going to happen? A lot of people are not going to do it because there's going to be a great falling away. And I'm going to tell you, this is just theory, how I think there's going to be a great falling away. People going to get tired, and they're going to keep saying, you know what? I'm tired of following those scriptures. Everybody said we were leaving, and it's time to go to Africa. I'm tired. And they don't know what they're talking about. And a lot of people are just going to fall away because they're tired. They're tired of being confused. And I would be tired of being confused too. This is why I say, get with somebody that knows the book. And all I do, listen, I can't say I know the book. I just know how to read. That's all. I just know how to read. You just read the book. You read the book and you have confidence in the book. If the book says, Daniel, that there's a ram and a goat comes and takes that ram out, and then it was during the time when Belshazzar was in control, which is Nebuchadnezzar's son, which means Daniel had the dream when Babylon was in control, and he tells you that the ram is the Medes and the Persians, and the goat was Greece. And you can read in the encyclopedia that Babylon was defeated by the Medes and the Persians, and the Medes and the Persians were defeated by Greece, and that's what Daniel was told. Then you know what? I'm putting faith in that book. I'm putting faith in that prophet. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. So Daniel wrote this. He documented this. He documented. The scholars have substantiated the book of Daniel. Not that I needed confirmation for them to say how authentic the book is, because it's compiled in the book that the Lord has laid on the table. The Lord is not going to leave us without some sort of word. And we have a very authentic word in the book that we have on the table today. On our book of Daniel, and Belshazzar was the king of Babylon, which is Nebuchadnezzar's son. And Daniel says, here comes this ram having two horns. One was longer than the other, and I can read in the encyclopedia that one of those is the Medes and the other one is the Persians, and the Medes came up first, Darius, and then the Persians, Cyrus, and I can read that in the history. I'm good. I'm good because prophecy is being confirmed by world history. Then when I read that a goat came and just took out that ram, and he had a notable horn, and then that horn was broken, and then up came four. Then you can read in the history that Alexander the Great lived a short life, and then Greece was divided into four realms, four generals, and the scripture says that. Brothers and sisters, I'm good. I'm good. I can read that book and say, this book is a credible witness. I could do that, and I'm okay. Once I read it, and I can go to an encyclopedia and confirm, because he told Daniel that ram that you saw is the Medes and the Persians. That goat you saw is Greece. We don't know. Daniel did not indicate who defeated Greece, but if you want to know it's Rome, just read in the encyclopedia who defeated Greece. Rome. Nebuchadnezzar was given a dream. He says there will be 4 nations, you the head. Then there will be a second, a third, and a fourth kingdom that will come up after you. There's only 4 kingdoms that will rule this earth. And we're in the 4 right now. There's only 4, brothers and sisters, and that's Rome. But it says Rome will have 7 heads and 10 horns, 10 dynasties. We're in the 10th dynasty of Rome right now. This is it. This is the 10th layer. And you know that because you got other prophecy that is being confirmed by current events, such as the laws that they passed to confirm what was going to happen in the scriptures. Also, you have you got what's going on in Israel to confirm prophecy, all current events. So what does that mean? That means, let me tell you what that means. I would be getting behind these laws, commandments, statutes, and judgments. I would be getting behind them, because if the scripture says, blessed and holy is he to have part of the first resurrection, and these are those that's going to be in that first resurrection that have kept the commandments and kept the faith. Let me tell you something. I would be keeping the commandments and I would be keeping the faith. Because if that book has already been confirmed to be an authentic book, an authentic, reliable source of spiritual and relevant information, I'm following that book. I encourage you to continue to tune in to us, brothers and sisters, because like I said, I'm just reading the book. Last night, all I did was read. It's not, oh, he knows a lot. No, I just read. I'm going to give you what I'm reading. That's it. That's it, brothers and sisters. That's all we're going to do, class, is give you what we read. And what we read is coming can substantiate through encyclopedias and current event. That's it. And once you know that, you'll leave some of this buffoonery alone. You got a group of people. We're going to Africa. It's time to go. It's time to get out of Babylon. The whole world is Babylon. When Jesus returns, the slain of the Lord is going to be many across the board, brothers and sisters. So when the abomination of the desolation, the 3.5-year tribulation, it's going to be across the board, brothers and sisters. Across the board. So I don't care where you are. You fool around and not accept the mark of that beast and be willing to die, you're going to go through some tribulation. I plan to get to that wilderness, the place of safety. That's what I plan to do. So I said, I'm at my destination, and you all have a wonderful day. Prophecy confirmed by current events. We'll see you tonight. Peace and blessings.